everyone. I am Cyril Carriedo, a BS Ed English student. So today, we will be tackling about language acquisition. So we acquire learning due to nurture. So we will tackle first about the early theories of language acquisition. So one of the earliest scientific explanations of language acquisition was provided by Skinner on 1957. So as one of the pioneers of behaviorism, he accounted for language development by means of environmental influence. And then later on, Noam Chomsky criticized Skinner's view about it, and he proposed the theory of universal grammar, an idea of innate or biological grammatical categories, such as a noun category and a verb category, that facilitate the entire language development in children and the overall language processing in adults. Then a decade or two later, there are some linguists who began to question the existence of universal grammar. This is when they started to suggest that instead of having a language-specific mechanism for language processing, children might utilize general cognitive and learning principles. So what is language acquisition? So, language acquisition is the process by which humans acquire the capacity to perceive and comprehend language, as well as to produce and use words and sentences to communicate. Language is also a cognition that truly makes us humans. The nature versus nurture debate extends to the topic of language acquisition. Today, most researchers acknowledge that both nature and nurture play a role in language acquisition. However, some researchers emphasize the influences of learning on language acquisition, while others emphasize the biological influences. So how does nurture influence learning? Nurture influence learning as it assumes that correlations between environmental factors and psychological outcomes are caused environmentally. For example, how much parents read with their children and how well children learn to read appear to be related. Other examples include environmental stress and its effects on depression. How do children learn to speak? Behavioral theory assumes that children imitate what they hear, and thanks to continuous positive reinforcement, children learn language through conditioning and habit formation. They also learn words and syntax by imitating others. And children generally acquire language skills quickly and effortlessly. So some researchers have proposed theories that emphasize the importance of both nature and nurture in language acquisition. However, finding a solid answer to the problem of language acquisition is far from being over.